Welcome to another deep dive here on the channel. If you're new, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, and the bell icon too, so you don't miss out on future episodes. Today we're tackling a topic that's, I think, really essential for anyone who's interested in India. You know, it's present and its future, and that is agriculture.
Right.
Whether you are prepping for the UPSC exams, or maybe you're studying geography, or maybe you're just, a curious mind wanting to learn more about how India feeds its millions, this deep dive is for you.
Absolutely. We're going to sort of unearth the roots of Indian agriculture, understand all the complexities, and examine the policies that are shaping its future.
Yeah.
You can think of it as a crash course in Indian agriculture.
Yeah.
Practices, challenges, and policies.
Love it.
A chapter straight out of human and economics geography.
Okay, so get ready to journey through time from those ancient practices all the way to modern day trends. I want you to imagine India thousands of years ago. No tractors, no supermarkets, just communities deeply connected to the land. What were our ancestors doing to survive?
Well, they were gathering and hunting, relying entirely on nature's bounty.
Right.
And this was particularly common in regions with harsh climates where cultivating crops was really challenging.
Yeah, I can picture those early communities, right? Navigating dense forests or maybe challenging terrains, just relying on their knowledge of plants and animal behavior. But as populations grew and settled, a more reliable food source was needed, right?
Exactly. It's where shifting cultivation comes in.
Okay.
Also known as jihum cultivation in India.
Right.
This practice involved clearing a patch of land, usually by burning vegetation. They'd cultivate it for a few years, and then move on to a new patch and allow the land to recover.
It's fascinating how this practice kind of spread across India with different names like Podu in Andhra Pradesh.
Right.
Or Kulman in Odisha.
Yeah.
Reflecting the adaptability of those early farmers. So we've moved from nomadic gathering to a more settled form of agriculture. But society's kept evolving, right?
They did.
And so did their farming techniques.
Absolutely. Fast forward to modern India, and we see a landscape shaped by diverse climates, soil types, and cultural practices.
It's incredible. It's like this giant agricultural puzzle with different pieces fitting together.
Yeah.
We have subsistence agriculture, where families grow crops mainly for themselves. And then there's commercial agriculture producing cash crops for the market.
Yeah, on a much larger scale.
Yeah. And let's not forget about plantation agriculture, a legacy of the colonial era, but still a significant part of the landscape.
Absolutely.
With crops like tea, coffee, and rubber playing a major role in the global market. It's like having a taste of the whole world within India.
Right.
Take rice, for example.
Yeah.
India is a leading producer, but the way it's grown varies drastically.
Right.
In West Bengal, farmers cultivate 3 rice crops in a single year: a Shimron, a Waman, and Baro. Talk about maximizing output.
Yeah, a testament to their ingenuity and adaptation to local conditions. And then you have something like the Pokali rice variety in Kerala, which thrives in saline water. A marvel of nature and human intervention.
That's incredible. But despite this diversity and ingenuity, a big question mark kind of hangs over Indian agriculture, the issue of low productivity. Why is that?
Well, it's a complex puzzle with several contributing factors.
Yeah.
Small and fragmented land holdings, make it difficult to adopt modern technology.
Right.
And then the dependence on the monsoon.
Yeah.
While it's a lifeline, it also brings a lot of uncertainty.
Right.
Especially with the increasing impact of climate change.
Yeah, the monsoon is like this powerful force of nature, both a blessing and a curse for Indian farmers. But it's not just the weather. Uneven access to irrigation facilities and modern technology.
Right.
These things further exacerbate the situation. So what steps are being taken to tackle this low productivity puzzle?
Well, several initiatives are underway, like the Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchay Yojana, or PMKSY, which focuses on improving water management and expanding irrigation coverage. And then you also have the National Watershed Project, aiming to regenerate and manage water resources in specific areas.
So these initiatives recognize the critical role of water in agriculture, especially in a country like India, where millions depend on it. But we can't ignore the elephant in the room: climate change. It's already impacting agriculture globally, and India is feeling the heat, literally.
You're right. Climate change just adds another layer of complexity. Droughts, heat waves, and erratic rainfall patterns are impacting yields, and the poorest farmers with limited resources to adapt, they're hit the hardest.
It's a stark reminder that climate change is not just an environmental issue. It's intertwined with food security and the livelihoods of millions. The need for sustainable practices has never been more pressing.
Absolutely. And thankfully, there's a growing movement in India towards more eco-friendly and economically viable practices. Climate smart agriculture, or CSA, is one such approach.
So it's not all doom and gloom. Tell us more about these sustainable initiatives. What's being done to shift the paradigm?
Well, CSA, for instance, focuses on increasing productivity while adapting to climate change and reducing greenhouse gas emissions. It's about creating a win-win situation for both farmers and the environment.
Okay.
And then you have the rising popularity of organic farming, aligning with traditional practices and also appealing to health-conscious consumers.
It's like going back to the basics with a modern twist.
Yeah.
And what about zero-budget natural farming, or ZBNF? I've heard it's making waves.
ZBNF is gaining momentum. It emphasizes natural inputs and minimizing those external costs. It's particularly beneficial for small-scale farmers. And Andhra Pradesh's commitment to transitioning to ZBNF by 2024 really showcases its potential.
It's inspiring to see these sustainable initiatives taking root. But let's not forget about the heart and soul of Indian agriculture.
Yeah.
The farmers themselves.
Yeah,
They face a multitude of challenges,
they
right?
do. From limited access to credit and market information to the vagaries of weather and fluctuating market prices, the life of an Indian farmer is full of hurdles. They need resources and support to thrive.
Let's delve into some of those initiatives that are designed to address these challenges.
Okay.
What's being done to empower these backbone of the nation?
Well, for starters, initiatives like the Keys on Credit Card aim to provide farmers with timely and affordable credit.
Okay.
And then we have platforms like ENMM working to create a transparent and efficient agricultural market, giving farmers better access to buyers and hopefully better prices.
So it's about connecting the dots between the fields and the marketplace, creating a level playing field for farmers.
Exactly. And let's not forget about the minimum support price, or MSP.
Right.
This is a government intervention to provide a safety net, ensuring a minimum price for certain crops, even when those market prices fluctuate.
It's like an insurance policy for their hard work, protecting them from the uncertainties of the market.
That's a good way to put it. And to further mitigate risks associated with crop failure, we have crop insurance schemes like the PM Faisal Bima Yojana. But while these policies are crucial, there's another piece of the puzzle that we need to highlight: the role of women in Indian agriculture.
Yeah.
It's a force to be reckoned with.
Absolutely. Women have always been the unsung heroes of Indian agriculture, but their contributions are often overlooked.
They are.
We're seeing a trend called the feminization of agriculture, with women taking the lead as men migrate to urban areas.
Right. It's a testament to their resilience and strength.
Yeah.
But they face unique challenges: lack of access to land ownership, credit, decision-making power.
Right.
Just a few. It's a double, even triple burden they carry.
It's disheartening to hear that their contributions aren't always recognized or supported. What initiatives are being implemented to empower women in agriculture?
Well, the government has launched programs like the Mahila Kisan Sashaktaran Paryohana, or MKSP, which focuses specifically on empowering women farmers by providing access to training resources and credit.
It's encouraging to see these steps towards recognizing and supporting women farmers. They truly are the backbone of India's food security. But let's shift gears a bit. We've talked about the present, but what does the future hold for Indian agriculture? It's like trying to predict the weather, global market forces, technological advancements, environmental concerns. It's a complex equation.
You're absolutely right. Predicting the future of agriculture is a challenge, but by analyzing the current trends, we can get a glimpse of what might lie ahead. One major trend is the increasing demand for high-value agricultural products. Think fruits, vegetables, dairy products, and organic produce.
It's like the agricultural equivalent of upgrading from economy to business class. Consumers are becoming more discerning and demanding higher quality and variety.
Precisely, this presents both opportunities and challenges for Indian farmers. They need to adapt, invest in new technologies, and explore niche markets to stay ahead of the curve.
And speaking of technology, we can't ignore the rapid advancements happening in the agricultural sector. Drones, sensors, precision farming, it's a whole new world.
As technology has the potential to revolutionize Indian agriculture. Imagine drones monitoring crops and spraying pesticide sensors, providing real-time data on soil conditions and precision farming, optimizing the use of water and fertilizers.
It's like giving farmers a high-tech toolkit to manage their farms more efficiently and sustainably. But access to these technologies, especially for small-scale farmers, remains a challenge.
You've hit the nail on the head. Bridging the digital divide in agriculture is crucial. But even with technology, we can't escape the looming shadow of climate change. It's already impacting agricultural practices today and will continue to do so in the future.
It's a stark reminder that we need to act now to build a more resilient agricultural system, one that can withstand the shocks of a changing climate. So we've got shifting consumer preferences, rapid technological advancements, and the urgency of climate action all converging to shape the future of Indian agriculture. There's a lot to digest.
It is, but within these challenges lie immense opportunities for innovation, growth, and transformation. Opportunities to create a more efficient, sustainable, and equitable agricultural system that benefits everyone.
Speaking of opportunities, let's zoom in on a specific aspect that's often overlooked: the world of seeds. They may be tiny, but they play a pivotal role in the entire agricultural ecosystem.
Seeds are indeed the foundation of agriculture. They hold the genetic blueprint for crops, and their quality and availability directly impact agricultural productivity.
It's like choosing the right ingredients for a recipe. The quality of the ingredients determines the outcome of the dish.
That's a great analogy. In India, acquiring high-quality seeds, especially for resource-constrained farmers, can be a challenge. The high cost of hybrid and genetically modified seeds, the prevalence of spurious seeds in the market, and limited access to diverse seed varieties all contribute to this issue.
So it's not just about having seeds, it's about having the right seeds at the right price and at the right time. It's a multifaceted issue. What steps are being taken to address this seed conundrum?
Well, the government has launched the National Mission on Seeds, aiming to enhance seed production, improve seed quality, and increase the seed replacement rate.
The seed replacement rate, that's an interesting concept. It's essentially a measure of how much of the total cropped area is sown with certified seeds as opposed to farm-saved seeds. A higher seed replacement rate translates to better chances of improved crop yields, right?
Exactly. By promoting the use of certified seeds, the mission aims to boost agricultural productivity and ensure farmers have access to genetically pure and high-performing seeds. But seeds are just one input. We can't forget the elephant in the room: agricultural finance. Farmers need capital to invest in seeds, fertilizers, equipment, and everything else that goes into running a successful farm.
It's like trying to start a business without any startup capital. It's nearly impossible to get things off the ground.
But that's a perfect analogy. In India, the agricultural finance landscape is diverse, with both institutional and non-institutional sources of credit. We have formal institutions like banks and cooperatives, and then there are informal sources like moneylenders and even relatives.
It's a mixed bag, with each source having its own advantages and disadvantages. Navigating these different sources can be a challenge for farmers.
You're right. Institutional credit, though reliable and transparent, often involves bureaucratic hurdles and may not be accessible to all. Non-institutional credit, on the other hand, while easier to obtain, can come with high interest rates and exploitative terms.
It's a tough balancing act for farmers. But are there any initiatives to simplify this process and make agricultural finance more accessible?
There certainly are. The government has introduced several initiatives to improve access to agricultural finance. Take the Kisan credit card scheme, for instance. It provides farmers with a revolving credit facility, allowing them to access funds whenever needed for agricultural expenses.
It's like having a credit card designed specifically for farmers, a convenient way to manage their finances and invest in their farms.
Exactly. And there are also targeted loan facilities for specific purposes, like irrigation mechanization or post-harvest management, helping farmers make strategic investments to enhance productivity and profitability.
So the government is actively working towards providing farmers with the financial tools they need to thrive. But even with access to credit and the right seeds, farmers still face the hurdle of getting their produce to the market and receiving a fair price for their hard work. That's where agricultural marketing comes in.
Agricultural marketing is the crucial link between the farm and the consumer, encompassing all the activities involved in getting agricultural produce from the fields to our plates, transportation, storage, processing, and distribution.
It's a complex chain with multiple players involved: farmers, traders, wholesalers, retailers, and ultimately us, the consumers.
Historically, agricultural marketing in India has been riddled with challenges: a large number of intermediaries, lack of proper infrastructure, and limited access to market information for farmers. These often result in farmers receiving a tiny fraction of the final price that consumers pay.
It's like a game of telephone where the message gets distorted along the way. The farmers who are at the beginning of the chain end up with the shortest end of the stick.
Precisely. Recognizing these challenges, efforts have been made to reform the agricultural marketing system in India, making it more efficient and equitable. One significant development is the introduction of the ENAM platform.
ENAM, The National Agriculture Market, right?
Right.
I've heard it's an online platform that aims to create a unified national market for agricultural commodities. It sounds like a game changer.
It has the potential to be. ENAM connects farmers directly with buyers across the country, bypassing the layers of intermediaries and promoting greater price transparency. It's like a virtual marketplace where farmers can showcase their produce to a wider audience and potentially fetch better prices. It's a step towards empowering farmers and giving them more control over their livelihoods.
That sounds incredibly promising. Are there any other key interventions in agricultural marketing that are making a difference?
Another important intervention is the minimum support price, or MSP, a price floor set by the government for certain essential crops. It ensures that farmers receive a minimum price, even if market prices plummet, acting as a safety net against market volatility.
So it's like a safety net protecting farmers from the unpredictable nature of market forces.
Exactly. But the effectiveness of MSP has been a topic of debate, with arguments that it can distort market signals and create inefficiencies. However, it remains a crucial policy tool for providing income support to farmers and ensuring food security.
It's a complex issue, and finding the right balance between market forces and government intervention is crucial. But even with efficient marketing systems and price support, farmers are still at the mercy of nature's whims. A single drought or flood can wipe out an entire season's harvest, leaving them in financial ruin. That's where crop insurance comes in, right?
You are absolutely right. Crop insurance is a crucial risk mitigation tool for farmers, providing financial protection against losses due to natural calamities, pests, and diseases.
It's like having an insurance policy for your crops, a way to cushion the blow when unforeseen events strike.
In India, we've had several attempts at providing crop insurance to farmers. The latest scheme, the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, or PMFBY, aims to address the limitations of previous schemes and provide more comprehensive coverage.
That's great to hear. Tell us more about the PMFBY. What makes it different from the earlier crop insurance schemes?
The PMFBY strives to be more farmer-friendly. It reduces the premium burden on farmers and simplifies the claims process. It also utilizes technology for more accurate crop loss assessments.
It's about making crop insurance more accessible, affordable, and efficient for those who need it the most. But let's shift our focus back to the workforce of Indian agriculture. We've already touched upon the increasing role of women, but can we delve deeper into this trend of the feminization of agriculture?
Of course. It's a global phenomenon, but it's particularly pronounced in India. As men migrate to urban areas seeking better economic opportunities, women are increasingly taking on the mantle of managing farms and agricultural activities.
It's a quiet revolution happening in the fields, with women stepping up to feed the nation.
That's an excellent way to put it. However, it's essential to acknowledge that women in agriculture face unique challenges. They often lack access to land ownership credit and decision-making power. Additionally, they are often burdened with the responsibility of managing the household and caring for children.
It's a double or even triple burden that they carry. Recognizing and addressing these challenges is critical for empowering women in agriculture and ensuring their full participation in the sector.
Absolutely. There are initiatives that are shining a light on the vital role women play in agriculture. One such program is the Mahila Kisan Sashaktikarn Pariyojana, or MKSP, specifically designed to empower women farmers.
That's fantastic. Tell us more about the MKSP and how it aims to support women in agriculture.
The MKSP focuses on capacity building, providing women farmers with access to training information and resources. It also promotes their participation in farmer collectives and supports their access to credit.
It's about equipping women farmers with the knowledge, skills, and resources they need to thrive in this sector. Recognizing their contribution and creating a more inclusive agricultural landscape is vital.
You're absolutely right. Empowering women in agriculture is not just about gender equality. It's a strategic imperative for ensuring food security and sustainable agricultural development. It's a win-win for everyone.
Speaking of which, we've covered a vast spectrum of Indian agriculture: ancient practices, modern challenges, seeds, finance, technology, and the crucial role of women. But to truly understand this complex tapestry, we need to explore the diverse farming systems that exist across the country. It's incredible to think about the sheer variety of farming practices across India, each shaped by, unique geographical and climatic conditions.
Indeed, one of the most fundamental distinctions lies in the primary source of moisture for crops. We have irrigated farming, where farmers have a more controlled water supply, and then rain-fed farming,
Right.
where they depend on that unpredictable monsoon.
It's a tale of two worlds, each with its own set of challenges and rewards. Irrigated farming offers, greater control, potentially higher yields, but requires significant investment in infrastructure and careful management of water resources.
Yeah.
Rain-fed farming, on the other hand,
Yeah.
it's a gamble relying on those whims of nature.
Precisely, a good monsoon can bring prosperity to rain-fed farmers, but a poor one can spell disaster. And even within rain-fed farming, we have further distinctions: dryland farming and wetland farming.
So it's all about adapting to the water realities of a particular region. Dryland farming, as the name suggests, is practiced in areas with scanty rainfall.
That's right. Farmers in these regions have to be masters of water conservation, employing techniques like rainwater harvesting and choosing drought-resistant crops. It's a testament to human ingenuity and resilience.
Yeah, it's like farming in survival mode, squeezing every ounce of potential from limited resources.
And then we have wetland farming practiced in regions with abundant rainfall, where water logging and soil erosion become the main challenges. Rice, jute, and sugarcane are common crops grown in these areas.
It's fascinating how farmers across India have learned to adapt and thrive in such diverse environments. But regardless of the farming system, there's a growing need for sustainable practices that protect the environment, conserve resources, and ensure long-term viability.
Absolutely, sustainable agriculture is no longer a niche concept, it's becoming the norm. One approach gaining significant traction is climate-smart agriculture, or CSA.
CSA sounds intriguing. Could you elaborate on what this approach entails?
CSA is an integrated approach that tackles the interconnected challenges of food security, climate change adaptation, and greenhouse gas mitigation. It's about increasing agricultural productivity while adapting to the impacts of climate change and minimizing the environmental footprint.
So it's a three-pronged strategy: produce more, adapt to change, and protect the environment. That's a tall order. What specific practices fall under the umbrella of CSA?
CSA encompasses a wide range of practices. These include minimizing soil disturbance, retaining crop residues, employing crop rotations, increasing soil organic matter, and promoting carbon sequestration in soils.
It sounds like a holistic approach working with nature rather than against it.
Precisely, it's about building healthy soils, conserving water, and reducing reliance on synthetic inputs.
And it's encouraging to see that the government is also promoting sustainable agricultural practices.
Absolutely. There are several initiatives aimed at encouraging farmers to adopt sustainable methods. The Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana, for instance, promotes organic farming.
Organic farming is definitely having its moment in the spotlight, with consumers increasingly seeking out organic produce and willing to pay a premium for chemical-free food.
Exactly. And the government is supporting this trend by providing financial assistance and technical guidance to farmers transitioning to organic farming. Another noteworthy initiative is the Zero Budget Natural Farming, or ZBNF, program.
ZBNF, with its emphasis on minimal external inputs and reliance on natural resources and traditional knowledge, is a revolutionary concept.
Indeed, ZBNF has gained significant traction in recent years, with Andhra Pradesh leading the way by committing to a statewide transition to this farming system. It's a bold and inspiring experiment with the potential to transform Indian agriculture.
It signifies a paradigm shift, moving away from input-intensive farming towards a more holistic and sustainable approach.
Yeah.
But taking a step back, what's your perspective on the future of Indian agriculture? Where do you see it heading in the next decade or two?
Indian agriculture is at a crossroads, facing a multitude of challenges: a growing population, shrinking land holdings, climate change, and the need to balance economic growth with environmental sustainability. Yet amidst these challenges lies immense potential for India to emerge as a global leader in sustainable and inclusive agricultural development.
So it's a mix of hope and uncertainty, a future waiting to be shaped. What transformations are needed for Indian agriculture to realize its full potential?
I believe several key transformations are crucial. Investing in agricultural research and development is paramount for developing climate-resilient crops, improving productivity, and finding innovative solutions to emerging challenges.
It's about harnessing the power of science and technology to drive agricultural progress.
Absolutely. Equally important is empowering farmers through education, training, and access to information, enabling them to adopt new technologies, adapt to changing market dynamics, and make informed decisions.
It's about investing in the human capital of agriculture, recognizing that farmers are the backbone of this sector.
Exactly. And lastly, creating a more equitable and inclusive agricultural system is essential, ensuring that the benefits of growth reach all segments of society, including small-scale farmers, women, and marginalized communities. It's about leaving no one behind in the journey towards a more prosperous and sustainable future for Indian agriculture.
This has been a truly insightful deep dive into the complex and fascinating world of Indian agriculture. We've explored its rich history, the challenges it faces, and the exciting opportunities that lie ahead. From ancient practices to modern innovations, from the smallest seed to the vast network of policies and markets, we've covered a lot of ground.
It's a dynamic sector that plays a vital role in the lives of millions of Indians. And as we move forward, it's crucial to stay informed, engage in constructive dialogue, and support initiatives that promote a sustainable, equitable, and prosperous future for Indian agriculture.
Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you found it informative and engaging. And if you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so you get notified when we release future episodes. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.